Well, we understand that the deadline's around the 4th of the NFL season of November. While that's going on, Mac McClung got signed to another 3-hour deal with the Indiana Pacers after waiving James Wiseman, formerly a first-round pick of the Golden State Warriors. Sadly, since injuries and inconsistencies in play, things has not added up for him. And also, bigger news in the NFL form of expectations. While the Detroit Lions are trying to battle for the NFC North Championship, they have to lock up a couple key pieces, especially on the defensive side of the ball when it came to Aidien Hutchinson's four-year $180 million contract. This was needed after, I think he tore it was either his Achilles. I know he missed the second half of the season where they were defensively stifled, but they were still winning games last season. But in Aidien Hutchinson's career, he's been a game changer around his after his leg injury. He missed out 7 to 18 weeks of football, especially around the postseason, where they were consummate favorites to come out of the NFC to possibly meet the Kansas City Chiefs. They had the biggest chip on their shoulder since they beat them over the season opener the season prior. And locking up on a key young defensive piece that would be a tremendous on the pass rush and a competitive NFC North this season. This signing had to be done to lock down on probably a future All-Pro for the next couple seasons for Aidien Hutchinson. We also had some deadline trades since this season. Some say they weren't warranted, but some were necessary, like outside linebacker Keon White from the New England Patriots for a 2026 sixth round pick, while the 49ers also acquire a seventh round pick at the 2026 draft. New England just been compensating. They've been rotating over current picks to try to release some cap. Kyle Duggar for $650,000 plus a 2026 seventh round pick. That's acquired while taking some salary retainment. This is already with the most expensive defense in the NFL. Yet they allowed the Green Bay Packers to dog walk them. Also, we know about Roger McCreary for $2 million after getting traded from the Tennessee Titans. And this was just right after the Greg Newsome trade. People would say that's the most high-profile trade they've done so far this season, involving two major rotation shifts. I would say Tyson Campbell hasn't been as impactful as Greg Newsome, what the Philadelphia Eagles had to do this season, trading away for Tank Bigsby for halfback depth, and now you see how that's biting the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's practically the biggest showing of concern here. And now certain teams, I don't know if they're in a panic deadline contusion, because we don't know if certain NFL teams are going to make the major trade aspects, especially the Cleveland Browns, knowing they still have some key pieces in reasonable salaries, with obviously the expectation not to contend. That's still up for question. Why did Myles Garrett still attain that contract extension, knowing like the circumstances the Cleveland Browns are gambling on two rookie quarterbacks? The Cincinnati Bengals possibly, like Chase Brown is obviously not good as how he was years prior. They're stuck in an injury-riddled all-pro quarterback. They can't stay healthy for their postseason run since their Super Bowl window closed. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars that are good but inconsistent. Some receiving depth needs to be put over for certain teams, especially. I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers have a key type second option if it's not over-reliant on DK Metcalf, and you see how that comes to bite them when they play against real contending above 500 teams like the Packers that still have only one loss in their record, including their draw against the Dallas Cowboys. So a lot of a lot of conversation for certain teams that don't have enough, but always want enough. They don't have enough, but obviously compensating to get rid of something so they can fill a key piece of the puzzle. A team that thinks they do have enough but still want to acquire just for future insurance, and other teams that just want to clear over their cap space beforehand. Because next season is probably going to be a more stacked draft class, especially in the quarterback position, like certain franchises want to do right now. Besides that, tell me how you guys feel down in the comment section about recent acquisitions. You think Aidien Hutchenson is worth the max extension over all the other defensive uh, edge rushers in the NFL? And you think he'll make a key contribution for the Detroit Lions in the long term? Lions fans, if you guys are down the low, how you feel? I'm sure there's certain fans of there. I like his style of play. I like his impact over in the pass rush. But let me know how y'all feel.